Welcome everyone. You join us at the Autodromo José Carlos Pace, or Interlagos as it's affectionately known. It's practice time, it's Brazil, and it's great to have you with us.
There'll be a lack of rubber out on track, so take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Yep, I just had to fix my audio. My audio was off. So I had to pause and fix it. Yep. Sorry for the crazy driving. I'm pitted next lap anyway, so I'm just gonna head back into the garage and do a race program and then yeah, chill and head for quality. Hopefully quality goes well. And as you guys can clearly see, I'm P4 in practice, so that is never a good sign.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Oh, I took my eye off the road for like a split second, and I would have literally had to end my session there if I had my damage on, because I would have lost my wheel. Thank God I don't have damages on. I'm driving a little bit erratic, guys, because so many different things are happening right now that is either distracting me or causing me to look off screen. Like, yep. See you guys in the pits.
The car settings screen on your multifunction display will allow you to change various settings as you drive. Open the display with the MFD button and you can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change. Okay, our best lap so far, 1 minute 11.4. When you get a chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs. They don't all need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data there to help race strategy and car development. Okay, we're 12 from the speed trap, 325.4 kilometres per hour. Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy. Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done. Okay, we can take you this lap.
The United Kingdom has achieved more World Drivers' Championships than any other country, over a quarter of which were won by Lewis Hamilton. Packed grandstands here today with thousands in attendance, hoping to see their favourite drivers battle it out on track. Max Verstappen became the youngest winner of a GP.
So yeah, guys, sorry guys, there's about 6 minutes or so left. I'm in P3 because no one's pushing me down. But I don't think I'm going to go down on another lap. Let's see. Yeah, no. I will not go out on another lap. So enjoy it, guys. And I'll see you guys at the end of this for sprint quali.
And if today's practice session is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Alright guys, that is the end of practice session, and we're gonna head right into qualifier for the sprint race, which should be exciting. And I'm gonna be, I don't remember how much the AI is, and I probably left it way too high. That's why me and Max were like at like P4 or P something like that by time practice was over, because yeah, our cars were not fast enough. All right, let's continue. All right. All right, guys. Let's check the AI level and drop it. Yeah, exactly. It was at 50. It was at 64, which is a bit crazy. Let's head right into Q1 of sprint quali, and let's do this. Hopefully I get a great lap, and then yeah, and hopefully get pole position for the race. Let's see. Stay tuned.
Atmospheric tracks don't come much better than this.
And definitely
we're in Brazil
enjoy, guys.
for qualifying. Let's get some laps at the limit.
Let's do it, guys. Alright guys, let's do this. Sprint quali. Right. Enjoy the lap, guys.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Oh no, that wasn't my lap. That was my my in lap. I did my lap wasn't bad. I did a 1.9. That was the out lap. That wasn't my lap. My lap wasn't bad actually. It was a decent. It was a decent lap. That was just my lap headed back into the pits, man. I was not driving properly anyway, so heading back into the pits. So that's why I slowed down and let the other cars pass me, because I was not gonna go around again for a second time. So. Let me see here. What's my lap time right now? Yeah, I did a 1.9. My gap is almost a second, to be honest with you. It's not bad. I got all 3 fast sectors in that. Well, I just lost 3rd sector because of trolls, but first 2 sectors were really good. 3rd sector is always
so
a bit
our best
challenging.
lap so far, 1:09.0.
Wow, Max jumped to P3. Cool. Alright, so check out the rest of the laps, and then guys, I will try to go out for a push lap and see if I can get a little bit more speed out the car, or a little bit more pace out the car for and improve my lap time. So when everybody is gonna head back out to do improvement laps, I will definitely head out to do an improvement lap for sure. So stay tuned, guys. Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm not gonna head out for a lap right now because it's not gonna make me do anything or change my lap time right now. So I'm just off mic, waiting until it's time to go back out, because I did my 1 lap already. Let's see. Yep, nobody's out on track. Lap time is not crazy. I have the fastest lap right now compared to my teammate who has a 1.10, and the gap is like 1:38, but not bad. Let me see how the car is. Yeah, no, it's hard to get a decent lap on this track, especially how fast the track is. So in about a few minutes, I'm gonna head back out on track because you're gonna see. So it's like there's about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. I feel like everybody's gonna head back out in a few seconds, and I'm hoping I get a really improvement lap. I want to drop my time at least to a 0.8 or a 0.7 at least. Yeah, so yeah, cars are heading out, so let's see who else is heading out. Yep, everybody's heading out, so I'll be heading out as well too. Let's try and get this lap in and try to improve as much as possible. Alright, I'm gonna go quiet for the lap though. Yeah, so that was the lap. I'm not gonna fully abort the lap, but the lap is gone. Because I tried to push the car coming up the hill, especially in that turn, and I cut the chicane like really bad, as you saw. So yeah, no, it was not my best lap. Especially for an improvement lap. I improved the first sector, but I didn't get, and like even that was barely improvement, to be honest. So, but I'm still the top of Q1, so let's see. Like if you stay right now for the first lap in Q2, that'd be a good lap. Alright, so let's see who is all out in Q1. Okay, let's go to the bottom. Yeah, no, it wasn't a fully great lap, except for that like part in sector 2, but it was a decent lap overall. Okay, so who else is out in Q2? So you have Nico Hulkenberg in a Haas in P20, Valtteri Bottas in a Kick-Sauber in P19, Zhou Guanyu in another Kick-Sauber in P18, Esteban Ocon in an Alpine in P17, and with Kevin Magnussen in a Haas in P16 out in Q1. Let's head right into Q2 and get a great lap in. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm gonna really push the car as much as possible. Alright, let's head out for the first lap and let's do this. Nah, man, that push lap, I could have done better on that push lap. Alright, let's do this. I need to get us at least like a 1.8 or a 1.7. So enjoy the lap.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I did a 109. Not where I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. So I'll take it. I was milking everything I had in the car, and I did a 109.2. I feel like the gap with George Russell is like really crazy. Yeah, I'm on pole. Yeah, 100% on pole. I'm gonna head back into the pits because
Pitting this lap then. Come into
that
the
lap
pits at
was
the end
not
of this lap.
improvement at all. So I'm gonna head back into the pits. So yeah, I did a 109.2, but what I'm curious to see is the gap. Yeah, I'm gonna do a race. This is the qualifier for the sprint race. So this is Q2. After Q2, we go for Q3, then we go into the sprint race. And then after the sprint, we will do another qualifier for the Grand Prix race, and then head into that as well. All right. So right now, let's see. I'm genuinely curious to see the gap between me and Russell right now, because like the gap was crazy. Let's see the gap. Okay, the gap is kind of, it's not crazy, but
Right, our best lap so far,
it's
1
not
minute,
crazy.
09.2.
But I still have the fastest 3 sector. I have fast sector 1, fast sector 2, and fast sector 3. So that's a good thing. So I'll take it. I wish the gap was a bit higher than that, but I'm still on pole, so.
Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 335.9 kilometers per hour.
So yeah, guys, that was a decent lap, but it was still a great lap. Yeah, no, I'm taking that. That's why I said like the gap is not crazy, but I'll take it because it's a decent it's decent. Ah, I thought he was already back on track, back in the pits. All right, so yeah, once we're going to go out again, I'm gonna really send the car again for a lap and see what happens. So stay tuned and wait for everybody to head out in like maybe like 2-3 minutes or less. Alright, let's see how much improvement I can do. Okay, it wasn't that much of an improvement, but I dropped the time a little bit. I don't know how much I dropped it by, but it definitely got dropped by a little bit, though. Yeah, it did drop down a little bit. Not too much, though, but fair. I'll take it. So, that's the end of Q2. Let's see who is out in Q2. So, you have Logan Sargent in the Williams in P15, Pierre Gasly in the Alpine in P14, Daniel Ricciardo in a V-Carb in P13, Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari in P12, and Lance Stroll and then Aston Martin in P11. And for the top 10 shootout, you have Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, Lewis Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, George Russell, and myself. So this is for pole position. Let's see. This should be exciting. Let's do it. Alright guys, let's head right out on track and let's do it. Norris dropped the in time by a bag, bro. Fuck
Okay,
yeah,
we've
bro.
only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Well, I did a 1.8, bro. A 1.8, bro. I'll take that 1.8, bro. The gap between me and Norris is gonna be mad, but
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I don't understand your question. Like, what do you mean? If you're talking about the AI difficulty, it's at 55 because of the track. But for race, I put it at 60 to give it more pressure. Anything above that, like, the car is not going to do well. on track, and I'm just gonna keep dropping time, so I put it where it's balanced. I don't know if that's what you meant. Woo! I'm happy with that, man. That lap time was great. I did. Let's see. I want to see the gap. Okay, the gap is a bit nasty. It's it's 420. Okay, because George Russell has the fastest sector trick. It makes sense. Fair. I'll take that. But I did a 1.8.6. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did a 108.6. I'll take it. There's about 2 minutes left, so I doubt I'm gonna head back out on track. But everybody else is heading out, so might as well try to head out and do one last lap. Even if I know I'm already on pole, I need to secure it. Let's see. My rival is right in front of me. He's right in front of me. Well, the guy who I want, who was on pole with me, or who's fighting for pole. For a sprint race, he's right in front of me. It's funny, I like how he let me out the way. That's crazy. Improvement is not crazy, but it's decent. Got a purple first sector, so I'll take that. Ah, it dropped. I don't know why it keeps dropping every time I get up this damn hill, bro. I hate it. Like, every time I get up this hill, my delta just drops off the map, bro. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the lap is gone. Yeah, that delta is not gonna drop. It's gonna keep going up again. But by the looks of it, I can tell you with confidence I have pole position. That is pole position, guys. I'll take it. So yeah, guys, I have pole position for the sprint race, so let's do it. I'm excited for this. Max is in P4, so I have both George Russell and Lando Norris right behind me to push me at the start of the race. Ugh. That'll be interesting. Oops. Alright, guys. So, yep, we're gonna head right into the sprint race. It's not that much laps. I think it's about 6 laps, I believe, because the race lap is 25. Because anything more than 25 would have been a little bit too crazy for me right now, because it's exhausting driving laps after lap after lap. Don't get me wrong, the track is fun, but after a while, I get bored, man. That's why they say Formula 1 in real life is more exciting than in a game. Because in the game, there's no commentary. There's no commentary like how there is in real life. So it makes it boring running lap after lap after lap. But enjoy the track introduction, and I'll see you guys for the race.
So it is all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil, is a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Henry lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Hamilton, Stroll, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly, Sargent, Magnussen, Ocon, Joe, Bottas, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We will soon find out. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, a real authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome back to Anthony Davidson. So, a sprint race today, and that means lights to flag, no stops. And how is that going to affect the driver behind the wheel?
Absolutely. So for today, there's no pit stop, or shouldn't be a pit stop anyway, if things go right, and you can forget about strategy. You're just driving today as fast as you can, make those overtakes if you need to, and that's what a sprint weekend's all about.
The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position.
Let's do this, guys. Let's do it.
As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Gap to your teammate behind, 3.1 seconds. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Yeah, no, that was a great drive. Really great drive.
So that wraps up the sprint
first
race,
win of the weekend,
but there's
man.
still more action to come this weekend. Still to come, qualifying, and of course, the Grand Prix.
That was a great win. I'll take that one. Great win. Now it's time to head into quali. But before we do that, let's check out the sprint highlight and see how it went. Nah, that was a great race, man. Me and Lando really pushed it. Not too much pushing it, we didn't completely screw up the race for each other, but we were pushing it out there. So that was a good race. So let's head right into qualifying for the Grand Prix race, which is, instead of 8 laps, guys, it's 25 laps. So, wow, my race graph is almost at a 99. I'm extremely happy. And I like how the rating just barely went up by a tiny bit. That's crazy. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Let's head right into this. Alright guys, so let's do this. Just do this really quick. Oh, too low. Let's head into race quali.
Atmospheric tracks don't come much better than this. We're in Brazil for qualifying. Let's get some laps at the limit.
Alright guys, let's do it. First lap, Q1. First lap of Q1 for the race. Let's do this. Enjoy the lap guys, and yeah. I'll see you guys back in the pits once the lap is completed and to go over my lap time. Enjoy.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining. Understood. Stopping this lap.
Oh, I didn't think he was coming back in the pits with me. I honestly thought he was going for a lap. I didn't think he was coming in. Bruh, I thought he was going... Oh, so he did his lap. That's why. I didn't think he was coming in behind me. I think he was going for another lap. I was trying to give him a tow. Where is it? Okay. He's in P4. I honestly thought I was gonna give him a tow, but I guess he did the same. He did his lap with me as well.
To view information on your current levels of tyre wear and damage,
Yeah, between
press
me and
the
George
MFD
Russell
button
is,
to open the
5,
multifunction display, and then again to cycle to the
21.
tyres and the damage screen.
And my lap time is a 109.1 with fast sector 1 and 2, and then sector 3 it's not as by 1/10. So, but George Russell has the fastest Q sector 3.
Okay, mate, our best lap so far, 1:09.
Just gotta wait for those. I'm guessing these guys are coming in, or some of them are still on their push lap. So stay tuned and enjoy the laps. Ooh, Carlos Sainz jumped to P3. Nice. Max just got pushed to P6. Alright, enjoy these laps, guys. let's try this improvement lap. Let's see. Improvement, guys. That was a great improvement. Alright guys, so that is the end of Q1 for this. Let's do it. Let's see who is out in Q1. Out in Q1 you have Nico Hulkenberg in a Haas MP20, Valtteri Bottas in a Kick-Sauber MP19, Zhou Guanyu in a Kick-Sauber MP18. These guys are being out back-to-back in Q1. It's crazy. Daniel Ricciardo in a Vizca Shop RB in P17, and then Logan Sargent in a Williams in P16. Man, the bottom five, they've been out in like all the Q1s, even for the sprint race, they've been at the bottom five. Wow, bad weekend for those guys. So with that being said, let's head right into Q2 and get a good lap in. Alright guys, let's do this. Let's head out for that lap. First lap, Q2, let's do it.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Alright guys, so with that being said, let's check out my lap times.
Right, so far, our best lap, 1 minute, 08.6.
Oh wow, Max just jumped into P2. Let's go.
Okay, it's pretty quiet on track. We should consider getting out there now.
Yeah, I'm not heading back out, man. Like, why? I did a great lap so far. I just have to wait. So, enjoy the rest of the time until I'm ready for that push lap. Enjoy it, guys. Alright guys, here's the first lap. Enjoy it.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Most Grand Prix wins, most pole positions, most race entries. Formula One is now deciding because participants agree to a set of rules, whether Formula One are rules under one or as top-tier motor racing. It's almost a given that the drivers of the grid today are car racing students, as they get into the sport with as much experience as possible. It hasn't always been like that. In the 1950s, the
Alright guys, that's the end of Q2. Let's see what's up. Let's see who is out in Q2. Out in Q2 in P15, we have Esteban Ocon in a Williams, Yuki Tsunoda in a V-Carb, in P14, Kevin Magnussen in a Haas in P13, Pierre Gasly in Alpine in P12, and Alex Albon in a Williams in P11. Those are the bottom 5 out in Q2, and here's the top 10 for pole position shootout. You have Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Oscar Piastri, George Russell, Lance Stroll, higher than his teammate Fernando Alonso, Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, and myself. So with that being said, let's head right into Q3 and have a great first lap to secure pole position for the race. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys.
Fastest lap at the moment, 1:09.8. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. We think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this
Yeah, guys,
lap.
that was a bit of a little unfortunate situation. It wasn't really, I'm not mad about that. I was just like, we just bumped into each other. I just happened to not catch it properly and went off, but it's okay.
One of the longest broadcasted races, and also one of the shortest. 2021 Belgian Grand Prix lasted only 3 minutes and 27 seconds, with the race being delayed due to wet weather conditions on lap 3. Max Verstappen became the youngest winner of a GP at just 18 years and 228 days when he won the 2016 Spanish GP. Coincidentally, he pushed Sebastian Vettel off the top of that record, who kept second place in that same race.
Alright.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
10 to 15 minutes. There's literally 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the session. No. Okay, so Leclerc has the fastest first sector this time around. I have a better sector 2 and 3. Okay.
Right, so our fastest lap currently 1 minute 08.7.
Alright, yeah, this is fun, guys. So yeah, this is interesting. Just gonna see what happens.
Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 336.9 kilometers.
Am I? Oh yeah, I am top of the speed trap. I'm number 1 on pole, number 1 in the standings, and number 1 for speed trap. Great race weekend for me here in Brazil. Yeah, stay tuned, guys, for the on track when we go back out for a push lap. But yep, almost race time soon. Alright guys, let's head out for that lap and enjoy, guys.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
Pole position, baby. Let's go. Pole position. Alright guys, yeah, let's head right into it. This is fun. I'm excited. I'm on pole, guys. Let's do it. Alright, let's do this, guys. I'm happy for the pole position. I'm happy for this race. 24 laps. We got this. I just do this really quick. Put this up to 60, and let's head right into the track. Yeah, I can't switch it now. I don't think I need it, but I'll switch it to Vegas. Let's head right into this race. Enjoy the race introduction, or the track introduction, and I'll talk to you guys just before the formation lap ends. So enjoy, guys.
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us all to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3 that gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Henry lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Norris, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Stroll, Hamilton, Albon, Gasly, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Ocon, Sargent, Ricciardo, Zhou, Bottas, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, delighted to say joining us for this intriguing race is Anthony Davidson. Well, it's all about forgetting last time because that was a bit of a shocker. How do they change the story today?
You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
Here we go then. The formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top?
Guys.
Who's got their strategies right for today's race?
Let's do it. I'm excited for this, man. I'm excited for this. This is excellent.
So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the
all
teams
right, guys.
will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race.
Enjoy the race.
I'm asking is which teams
And I'll
have got
see you
it
guys
right,
at the finish line.
have got it
Stay
horribly
tuned
wrong.
and enjoy.
Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. Now use DRS. DRS now available. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're currently 6th. And the time last lap, 1:17.7. Gap to your teammate behind, 3.4 seconds. You only have to stop once now, one stop left. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time, 5 laps. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 6.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're currently 6th. Time last lap, 1 minute 13.3. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Gap to your teammate behind, 6.3 seconds. Okay, mate, elbows out is great, but not that way. Come on, we can do better than that. Let's keep it clean, please. Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push. Max is coming in for his stop. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy. Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Oh, mate, great stuff. You hit that target. That sets us up nicely for the rest of this race. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 5.5 seconds. Okay, Russell stopping now. Caution, caution. Okay, clear. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 6.7 seconds. You're in first position, front of the pack. Leclerc is behind you. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 9 laps to go. Okay, mate, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go. Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. There's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down. Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in 10 minutes. You're leading the pack, that's P1. That's Alonso behind. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. All right, 6 laps to go now. Gap to your teammate behind, 7.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're currently 6th. Your last lap time, 1:11.5. We think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 8.0 seconds. You're in first position, front of the pack. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Leclerc behind. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Race win, baby. Race win. Race win. Let's go. I won. Let's go. Double win this weekend.
Yes! Yes!
Championship too.
That is the world champion right there. Well
Let's go.
done.
Let's go. I'm gonna do a spin out, guys, because I won the championship trophy, so I'm gonna do a spin.
And with that,
There
another
it
year
is.
of Formula One draws to a close and a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of
Let's
the sport's
go.
most incredible drivers.
And I won the championship trophy.
That's a spectacular victory then.
Let's go.
And with it, the championship is secure.
Let's
It's been a
go.
magnificent season. and
That's
they
what you call a
thoroughly
race
deserve the
weekend.
cheers of the crowd here today.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They've performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Ooh.
And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Yeah, guys, so that was it, man. I am a 5-time world championship, I am a 5-time world champion in F1 2024. Let's see how much points I got. So yeah, so I guess I had to get over 100 points to win the trophy, which I did. And yeah, let me just check out the racing directory, see if any incidents. Yeah, I had a collision with Carlos Sainz at the, me and Carlos Sainz had a collision at the start of the race on first lap, which you're gonna see in a second. So let's see. Enjoy the highlights, and then we'll get to the fun stuff later. Ooh, that was a race, guys. That was a race. Let's check out the exciting highlights after this. Man. Nah, man. Yeah. Let's do it. Ooh, my race cap is officially 99. So yeah, guys, let's head right into it really quick. Let's see, my recognition is still 51, but it's okay. For that to be higher, I need to win more races. But I did really great today because I won the Drivers' Championship and I won both races, including Sprint and Grand Prix. Ooh, look at that. Number one. That number one in the background. I'm excited. I won it. I still won it, even though I lost a lot of races that season. Had a lot of frustration, a lot of up and down. I put my foot down to get that championship win. That was nice. So I will show you guys that right now. Not here. Is it here? Yeah, I already surpassed Max in everything. So I surpassed him in rating, experience, racecraft, awareness, pace, and focus. Because my racecraft is at 99, my awareness is at 99, and so yeah, racecraft is at 99, awareness is at 99, pace is at 99, focus is at 99, and my overall average is 99. The only thing that's not 99 yet, it will be in the next race because it's like almost there. It's my experience. Yeah, I said I gotta fix this for Vegas, so let me get on that now. So yeah, guys, there it is with my name on the bottom of it. That's the Drivers' Championship. So Red Bull has a Constructor Championship on the right or the left, depends on how you're looking at the screen. For me, it's my right, your left. And then my name in the driver's stand with the Drivers' World Championship trophy. Let's do it. So here, I'll show you guys. It looks like this way. So yep, driver standing, my name, constructive, Red Bull. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go. So as you guys can see, I am a 5-time drivers championship now. I've won 5 constructive championship with Red Bull, and I have won 5 drivers championship with Red Bull. And guys, I made it. I have 100 race wins. I made it to 100 race wins. That's awesome. Can't believe I made it to 100 race wins. That's awesome. So with that being said, yeah, man, let's head right back out, and then I'll definitely see you guys in Vegas for the next race. So stay tuned for that race in Vegas. And yeah, I'm excited. And the season and Brazil. But I did tell you guys this though. I did say if I didn't get it in Mexico or in Texas, I have to get it in Brazil. So I did say this already. So those were my predictions. Either get it in Mexico or gain enough points in Mexico to get it in Texas. If I didn't get it there, gain enough points in Texas to get it in Mexico. And in Brazil, and I got it in Brazil. Let's go. So thank you for joining, guys, and see you guys tomorrow night. And I'll try to be early tomorrow night, so I'll try to make it on time at 8:30 for the live stream and give you guys a race in Las Vegas. So that'll be excited. I'm excited for us. Let's do it. See you guys there tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And I will see you guys. And have a good night or good morning wherever you guys are or watching from. Peace out.